Hello there, welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff happening in the VTuber world. And today we talk about Hoshimachi Suisei as she tries to defend the company against the many Hololive fans who are criticizing said company after a slew of VTuber graduations, which sparked both outrage, confusion, and disappointment against Hololive. Honestly, I think it's fine for Hololive fans to voice their opinions and criticisms against the company because, that's just how fan bases are. But the issue that's been going on is that a lot of fans have been going overboard, and what's happening is that a lot of fans are going into the live streams of Hololive VTubers and talking about how bad the company is in front of the talents who are now forced to speak out. Like, I understand that, there are a lot of Hololive VTuber graduations. There's been 6 graduations announced this year. There's been HR leaving the company, Mel leaving the company, Ame leaving the company, Aqua leaving the company. And now, after the most recent ones, which is basically Zoe and Fauna announcing their graduations within days from each other's, it just feels like something is happening and the fan base doesn't like it. Like, I can see where people are coming from because I also freaked out a little bit when Fauna's graduation was immediately announced after Chloe's graduation, And when Fauna said she had disagreements with management, obviously that didn't feel good to me because, I like Fauna, I love her. And I was a little confused about why the company wasn't willing to, work it out with her. Having said that, because people have been going overboard with their criticisms, many VTubers have spoken out regarding the criticisms against Hololive. We've had Bay speaking out, we have Crony speaking out, we've had Laplace speaking out, we've had Miko speaking out, we've had a lot of VTubers speaking out. So it's not just Suisei. And so today we take a look at what Suisei has to say about the company, and bear in mind that Suisei has often complained about the company, so she's not exactly uber positive about the company. She has her own problems, and this is what she has to say. Over here we have Yura, and he's a Hololive clipper who is pretty respected, and he has translated what Suisei has said regarding Hololive and the people criticizing the company, with Suisei saying, "People say Suichan is the most suited to Cover's direction. He has it the easiest. Just who has been fighting with Cover the most all this while?" she says. We have Suisei saying, "Well then, lately there has been a lot of talk about whether we, the talents, get breaks and stuff. Are you guys doing okay, guys? While I was busy with lots of things, it seems you all got excited over some things, right? Well, it seems like you all got kind of worked up. Are all of you okay? Are you doing alright?" Chat responds saying, "It's been tough in various ways." Pichan responds saying, "Has it been tough for you all?" "I guess so. I mean, I haven't been able to talk much on stream about the 2 members who are going to graduate, so I guess there hasn't been a chance for you all to go, 'Suichan, I'm feeling despondent to me.'" You have Chat saying, "It's begun to calm down recently," and Suichan responds, "It has? Hold on, let me drink some water." Well, I too thought that I should talk about it. Well, how do I put this? About the stuff that everyone got all worked up about, while stuff like management isn't letting the talents rest or management is bad became quite a big topic. I thought that maybe I didn't need to touch on it, but there's something I really want to say. As for what that is, it's probably a subset of people, but they say that Cover or Hololive's direction is heading towards the idle path. So those talents who want to just stream can focus on just streaming. And isn't that tough on them? That those who want to focus on streaming should be allowed to focus on streaming, and let those who want to be idols be idols. Wouldn't that be better? They have these sort of speculations, and it went into a frenzy that even though I didn't go search about it, I saw it all while just ego searching, and it also appeared in my recommendation timeline. About that, I'm like, why don't you just tell that to your Oshi? Just tell them. You don't have to do any lives. I'd rather watch you streaming happily than watching you sing and dance. What I ended up thinking on seeing all those speculation is, just tell your Oshi that then. Alright, before we continue with what Suisei had to say, there's just something I want to say, and it's that it's fine if you agree with Suisei, but I'm saying do not actually go to your VTubers chats and tell them you don't need to do lives, because that is actually a bannable offense. So don't actually do that. I know Suisei says you can do that, but don't actually do that, okay? That is actually a bannable offense. If you actually say this, if you actually tell your Oshi the things that Suisei is telling you to tell them, you will be banned. So do not actually do this, okay? Just support the talents as is, okay? That's all I want to say, that's all. I'm not against Suisei's words, I'm just saying don't actually go into the VTubers chats and say these things because you will be banned from the chat. Just be careful, guys. Suisei continues her speech, saying she also thought, "Why is it that you, referring to the fans, assume your Oshi doesn't like to sing and dance? That's what I was a bit angry about. all of us here are doing it because we want to, really. Actually, we don't need to do any once a year birthday lives, you know? We can do what we want. Once a year, it'll be like, what do I do for my birthday? I guess it has to be a live. I want to show everyone how much I've grown too. Often, it's something like that. We're all doing lives with that sort of feelings, yet people say we're being forced to do it, that we don't want to do it. What the heck are you talking about? I'm like, the heck are you talking about? People go off by themselves and just conclude by themselves that it's being dictated by Cover's direction, and that Sui-chan is the one most suited to Cover's direction now. And some even say that she has it easiest in this environment. Sui-chan seems really angry right now, and she says, I'm like, just who has been fighting with Cover the most all this while? Suisei continues saying, just who do you think has been fighting with management the most? I really thought that. People are just going off by themselves and concluding that the current company environment must be the easiest for me, when I've been having fisticuffs with them all along. I've been having back and forth arguments with them, you know. Then we have chat saying, well, you tried blowing up the main company building before, referring to a shot Sui-chan did of her shooting a bazooka at the Cover HQ. Suisei jokingly replied, I'll be blowing up Cover HQ. Well, there was that thing. And now we have chat asking, then what is the difference in direction between Cover and the talent? And Sui-chan tries to answer that question saying, well, you know, I think it depends on the person. By the way, I have felt that my direction and the company's direction is not aligned. Even now, I do feel that something is a bit off compared to what I want. That's totally the case. Then I think it's also down to whether you feel there's any merit or not in the areas where you do align and the level of that alignment. It's like, I really dislike this way of thinking the company has, but well, I get what they're trying to do or say. I guess I'll just let it be. If I want to bring it up, I'll have lots to say, but well, guess it's fine. Hey adults, don't get angry, okay? Don't get angry. Well, there's stuff like that too. Suisei continues to speak, saying, yeah, that's right. It's very rare that everyone's directions will align perfectly. That really never happens, and that's just how a company would approach things too. I too have thought that there must be things that as a company they have to do a certain way. But well, at least that's what I thought until last year. I realized if I just held back on those things, I'll just feel bothered and uneasy. So this year, I asserted myself a lot. We have Suisei saying, no way, no, this isn't it, this isn't what I wanted. Not like this, why? I'd say that. Don't just decide for me by yourself. I'd say stuff like that. This is me we're talking about. This is my content I'm talking about. So in that matter, I don't like it if I don't have the creative control. Well, I'm a talent, I'm not management. So as a talent, I feel I have to say things from a talent's POV. So lately, I've been asserting myself a lot more. And well, because of that, I've had fisticuffs with management a lot more. It's not like we're on bad terms, not at all. Each side being able to state their own opinion is important, right? Suisei continues saying, well, whether my own what is with these people, what are they even thinking? Our directions are so different, feeling and a difference of direction that the people who are leaving mention is the same thing or not. I have no idea. It's not like I've asked them in detail about it, so I don't know if that's the case. Well, there's all sorts of ways of thinking, and in the end, everyone who's leaving has something they want to do that influences that, so I want to support what they want to do. Suisei would say, well, yes. Everyone has only mentioned things quite roughly, so well, I guess I understand why people speculate, and I also get why people make leaps of logic. Well, for me, I'm like, just say what you like. Comparatively, I'm kinda like, just say what you want. Just say whatever you want about who you think has it easiest in Hololive's current environment. Just say whatever when you hardly know who's been fighting with Cover the most. Just go mouth off. That's kinda how I feel right now. Moving on, Suisei says, well, so what I can say to you all is that you remember my internet literacy lecture? I don't want to do it again, so go back and review it yourself. Go review it, and well, if I'll just pull one thing from that, it will be because of what each person wants to believe in, their own biases come into play, and how they take in information changes. Their interpretation changes because their bias is affected. But those who want to believe in Yaoshi's will believe in Yaoshi's words, and will be able to shrug off the noise coming from outsiders, but those who want things to be interesting will interpret things so they'll sound interesting and then spread that. When that happens, those who are easily swayed or tend to be more uneasy, or people who are onlookers, they tend to be swayed by those interesting interpretations, and well, they tend to go in the more interesting directions. Well, it's not accurate to say interesting, it's more like directions that more easily stoke anger. From the POV of a fan, it'll be directions that more easily stoke anger. Suisei continues her speech saying humans tend to like to lean towards anger. And also, rather than nothing happening, humans tend to prefer something scandalous happening because it's more fun or interesting. That's why their biases tend to skew in that direction, and so information tends to be massaged. When that happens, well, those people don't matter. They don't even watch my streams. They only watch bits and pieces and cherry pick what they want. So I'm not addressing this to those people. But what I want to say to the fans is, do you believe in the words of rabble like that or the words of your own Oshi? Just believe who you want to believe. Well, evidence or solid proof aren't things that will show up easily. Information that can serve as a solid base that are like this is irrefutable. Those won't ever come up. You can't bring out something that doesn't exist. People will be like, show me the evidence, show me the evidence. And I'll be like, what evidence? Am I supposed to show every single conversation I ever had with management? There's no way I'm going to reveal that. And now we are reaching the ending of the conversation. We have Suisei saying, so well, just believe who you want to believe then. That's how I see it. Well, that's as long as you have properly taken in all the available information, okay? That's it. That's all I want to say. So troublesome. Now chat is saying, so you're saying just believe Sui-chan? Suisei says, believe me if you want to believe me. If you want to believe the company is a bad company, then you are free to believe that. About that, lots of Hololive have come out to say that that's not the case, or this company is a good company. They've said that a lot lately. If you can't even believe that, then you don't have to believe it. Well, in that case, what can you believe in? If it comes to that, what can you even believe in? So in the end, it just becomes just believe what you want to believe, right? That's what I wanted to say, the end. That's the end of my talk. I won't brook any disagreements though. I won't accept any other opinions. And now we have chat asking one final question. That's just saying believe whatever. And Suisei is saying, well, yes, there's plenty of info out there that dispels things that are said, yet people don't even try to look for those and just believe whatever the rabble blurbs out. So fine then, just believe that then. That's it. Next topic. And that's the end of the video. Before you go, just remember, at the end of the day, Hololive is still the best video company in the world right now. If you are able to get in, you should sign on the dotted line as fast as possible. All companies have good things and bad things happening, and I think Hololive is the company where the good things outweigh the bad. Regardless of the change in direction, regardless of the disagreements with management, I think most people will still continue to watch the streams of the Hololive VTubers. I think Hololive will continue to grow stronger. I still feel sad that Fauna is leaving Hololive. I know she's going to reincarnate as Lemon Leaf. I know. The fact that she'll never be able to talk about her time at Hololive is just going to be sad. I think we should just be grateful that, we were along for the ride, and at least we made good memories. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching. This is Terry Nebula signing out.